Hello, hello, it is Somberfish. I am here after my most recent rogue failures, and I am going to go ahead and this is going to be the last one. I keep telling myself it's not going to happen, but this is really going to be the last try before I go off and stop being so sad about it. I'm going to go take, I'm actually going to switch from Halfling here. To a Cornac. I enjoy the Cornac due to their additional talent category points, which you can spend in various ways. Their 0 XP penalty, and I'm actually not sure if they have, they have a little less life than Halflings do, which is a little bit sad. And they also are losing out on a lot of, you know what? I look at the Halfling and I look at the stats, and it makes me already miss them. I'm going to go ahead and take this dumpy little guy here. I'm going to rename him Kashim, one of my favorite names on this game. I don't know why. Let's go with it. Hit play. I have no idea why I have a character named Kashim already, but I'm pretty sure he's not doing too well, so. Alright. At level 10, I am going to make sure to go for Rush. As a commenter in my last video, or one of my last videos, has suggested that this is going to be a must-have for me. So, at level 10, I'm going to put my first category point down here and make sure I get it. Which is why I was tempted to go human first, but I'm going to try and make Halfling get it to 10 and go with this. Alright, dump all my points as usual. Stealth, cunning, blah blah blah. And not take one out of there. Look at the Halflings and put that point into. There we go. Let's again set this up to auto use when available. Turn this on and begin the auto explore adventure. That is low level rogues. Alright. So far we are nothing but vermin, but that's not bad, seeing as recently, anytime I run into anything stronger than a vermin before I hit level 4, so it is ending me. Let me go ahead and call them trolls as vermin, because, you know, they're dirty, live in a lot of the same places. Honestly, I'm just not a big fan of trolls. Ugh. Kind of wish they'd just go off and turn to stone or do whatever it is that trolls do. A logical analysis of creation by philosopher Smithson. I'm actually not going to read that. There are a lot of these logs that you can go back and read. In fact, if I go to, once you get a character to your home base, you can go ahead and read any of these you want at any time. I'm just not. Ooh. Is that a dagger? And it is a dagger that is 6 to 7.8. It is, for once, well, it's better than one of my daggers. I can't complain too much. It's something better than I normally get. Hopefully that little offhand justice will be enough to get me through the day. A great wolf. I should just be happy I don't see more of them, I suppose. Alright, that's it for the first level. Sun Infusion of the Wizard. Copper Amulet that has nothing on it. And the rest of this is of no use to me, so I might as well just try to move forward as fast as I can. Alright. This troll is just beating me senseless. And bees. Oh, Nicolas Cage. The bees. The bees. Alright, gonna make a good attempt at this. Oh, and one of my least favorite things to fight right off the back. A thief. He's got deadly poison, pain suppression, and infusion saturation. He has used an infusion recently. I do not know what infusion he used, but right off the back, he is hitting me harder than I wish he would. And a death already. You know what? 5 minutes in, I'm giving a rogue a break. Let's go ahead and make a new character. Make something that's not a rogue. You can hit random a few times, see if that will help me decide. Ooh, I really wish I hadn't done that. I think I just hit random and took a temporal warden with a race that I'm not even sure what race he took. A skeleton temporal warden. This is not going to end well for me. Alright. Well, skeletons are interesting in their own like, just based on the fact that they can and will do wonderful things. I'm actually thinking I might try to do a skeletal archer, but that will require a lot of dexterity and a little bit of strength. But the problem with skeletons is you cannot heal in the traditional fashion. Healing does not work on them. But if you get down, you can do some wonderful things. So I'm going to go ahead and take a point out of this, put some points into dexterity, and weapon folding. In your single dimension, your weapons or ammo upon itself, adding temporal damage to your strikes. With ammo, reducing your paradox by pointing every time you land an attack. Increase with my spell power. Alright, well, you need willpower for that, willpower for this. This is strength of purpose. You've earned it's sustainability. Increases your strength and physical saves by 4. Alright, and there we have bow mastery, which if I'm going to go ahead and do that, that's the way to go with it. Problem being is I'm going to need a little bit more willpower, so I'm going to have to dump points out of there early. And I'm not sure what I want to max first, but I'm thinking I'm going to put points into this and hold that there. Could get an early point in armor training, but I'm going to try and increase my strength and dex early on, see if that will help me arrive at bow mastery and such quicker, and hopefully it'll let me use armor and that sort of thing before I would be able to otherwise. Problem with this path is I'm not sure I'm going to be lucky enough to have found a bow or start with a bow. Alright. This necromancer does not like me. He's not a fan. I start with a shield. Did I start with anything in the offset? I did start with a bow and arrow. I can be thankful for that. I was not intelligent enough to activate any of this, apparently. See, I have phase door, which will help. Knowledge of the past, which helps me identify objects, which are being auto-identified because of the chest I have. The strength of purpose. I'm going to go ahead and use that now. See if I can dodge that ability. Weapon folding, use that now. And just start shooting this guy in the face with this bow. And what do you propose? I'm going to kill him either. Apparently I am just an evil being. A cloak of deception. Alright, well apparently cloaks can give me a little bit of save, but also if I ever want things not to kill me, I gotta wear that cloak when dealing with normal, not to say civilians, but mention that because you need a shield and that sort of stuff to survive, because you cannot heal normally, that it is going to be a little bit hard to do unless I find a shielding rune or am really lucky enough to try to make it way through and survive. The skeletal class as well as the temporal warden are both unlocked classes. The skeletal, something up there is plastering me in the face. I am not enjoying it. I'm going to shield and another skeletal archer. We have the joy of a duel, I suppose. I wonder if there is a special name for duels between archers. But I suppose I could rewatch Robin Hood and find out. See if we found anything of use. The glittering cloak, not as good as what I had. I might be ending up with a point of armor training later, so I'm going to go ahead and move that to my normal inventory. I am pretty sure I'm not going to use the rest of this, so I'm just going to go ahead and zone out. And apparently I'm going to also fight plenty of rats, skeletons, and well, what did I expect? I'm in a home of the undead here. Alright, but I did level up, and I do want to put down some points as quickly as possible here. Let's see, if I want this, I need 24 for an early point of boy mastery, and eventually I'm going to need to unlock this, but I don't have the ability quite yet, so points here as fast as I can. Points here are good, but I'm really thinking I'm going to need to wear a little bit of heavy armor if I'm going to survive, so I'm going to put a point up there early on. And honestly, I'm going to put another point into wisdom. I'm going to get that up to 16 or so. I'll leave these points over here because I'm enjoying the benefits of having them. Make sure that I didn't find anything of too much interest while I was doing that. But that point of armor training will let me wear those boots I found earlier, get myself a little armor, a little resistance. And try to make it my way through here. Doors to open. Lots of wonderful things. This could be a tough call because this setup is usually going to mean there's going to be something in there that is stronger than me. But I've been doing pretty well this run. See if I found anything in here that would help me out. I don't think I can use an infusion of that. Wizard Hat of Nature, not going to help me much, but wear it anyways. Clarity, See Invisible, Light Radius, Mental Saves. All better than what I have. So we got a couple things in there to help me out. He's level 10. I was not wrong to think that he would be a little bit hard for me to deal with. Did he... He has disarmed me. I'm going to go ahead and warp away. He is once again disarmed me. Get a little bit annoyed with this skeletal knight. He's elite. He's level 10. And I have apparently failed to really even dent him. But he has not failed to dent me. Ooh. See if I can survive. Phase door away again. Oh my goodness, that was a close call. Oh, I'm seeing that there's a shirt over here. Summertime vial over there. Trinket. All this could be very helpful. Let me go ahead and shield up and just try to power my way through these. It's gonna go ahead and pass turns until my shield's ready again. Play this like a coward. Shield and once again. Maybe I should have reloaded during that time, apparently. And that was enough to get me out and about. Let's see. Elbow of Acid. Hits range +5. Firing range is 6 on this. Crit and accuracy. So, same firing, same everything. Just apparently I'm going to do an additional 8% acid damage when I do acid damage. And on hit, I'm going to do an additional 5 acid damage right off the back. Always worth it to upgrade that sort of thing. Psionic Shield, reducing all fire and cold damage for 530. Well, it's better than not having anything there. And the Summertime Vial, which light radius is going to go up. I'm not going to have as much See Invisible. I'm not going to have the mental save. But a 10% healing mod, which isn't going to do much as I'm not healing. But I do like the resistance to light and light damage. I believe skeletons are going to be weak to that sort of stuff. Not to mention, I can call light, so enjoy the ability to do that. And move on out. Stealthy little. Ooh. I did not know what he just did, but it was not successful at the least. Shield up and while he does that, I'm going to go ahead and run and warp away, which was not apparently the right decision. His shield is off. Try to warp away again. Not having much luck here with my running. There we go. Nothing else, I survived that long. Let's go ahead and a new phase door rune might end up being better than what I have. go ahead and ignore that. 9.5 to 13.3. Definitely better than one I have. And special effect is when wounds the target, which means it'll set to a bleed. Capacity of 9, and overall it's just a better thing. Winter Maj'Eyal. I actually just plain prefer the Summer Maj'Eyal for that. So now I have 2 phase doors. This one is a range of 6. This one's a range of 10. The first one I had is much better, but at least I have 2 of them if the first one fails me entirely. Which, you know, when has that ever happened? Let's go ahead and take a point out of that. I have 3 points here. I'm not going to get up to 30 dex, I don't believe, or the flat 30 it wants me to have before I can put a point in that. I am. I lied. And then put a point over there, and go ahead and put that point right back in there. It means I'm going to actually have a bow attack I can use, piercing arrow, which I will do a percentage higher damage, and Fury armor pen, do more damage with bows, as well as be able to reload more per turn. Or actually, since that was my 3rd point, I won't be able to do much anything with that. And over here in the passive, I have unlocked my point towards creating a shield of bones, which absorbs 240, which, let's face it, one more shield is not going to be a bad thing. It is increasing with my dexterity, which is my main stat, so I'm going to want to point in that whenever available. And I have a second point, which I can either put into accuracy, unarmed melee. I'm going to take that out, because apparently, oh, it does affect ranged weapons. I was wrong. And either an earthly point in this or more accuracy. And I'm just going to go with more accuracy, just because I am thinking that's going to be the difference between life and death for me. I'll move this light vial over here, the torque over here, reload to 5, shoot to that, and my shields will be over here. Time to continue with my little exploration. Immediately miss, not very proud of myself, I see. This has a cooldown of 14, this has a cooldown of 30. I'm just going to see if I can trade off on those when I need to. Shield up and see if I can be lucky enough to just face tank him through that. I believe I found the boss to this level, or kind of the guardian of the exit, fairly early on. So I might have either lucked out or had a bit of bad luck, depending on how your view of it is. I did. So with that, I have a armor cold resist, which I'll throw over my useless armor there. Light radius 2, light radius 4. But I would get 3 willpower with this, and when the warriors hit, it damages for 10 fire. You know, I'm actually going to take the light radius if I'm going to play archer. I really think that I should focus on being able to see my targets and not have them snake up and murder me in most terrible ways. Change level and head on out. Alright, it spit me off in the southern area. And for money at the moment, where is my money? I always have to look around. 56, not ranging very high in the cash department. I'm going to go over to where I normally start with the troll dungeon, and hopefully it won't be too hard and I can pick up some easy... Oh, this is an interesting setup in which I have not seen for this. Appears that my troll dungeon has been flooded, and also appears that I am besieged by eels and other such fun. Troll mire seems a bit more miry now. Love to say that I hate it, but I do kind of love the fact that there are trolls here that are... Oop. North, a green jelly's been spotted. I will shoot him in the face and move on. That seems appropriate. Shield up, as it seems that I'm going to actually have to bunker down and fight for once. Good thing about that piercing arrow there is that it will go through targets. First time I'm going to actually have to use my bone shield to try and defend. I really can't wait to either have a higher capacity of arrows or just better arrows. A forest troll here. And I'm not sure if this water is just not deep or if my character has a racial towards breathing in the water. I should probably have checked that out, but as you may have noticed, I accidentally clicked right off the back and just went straight into it. We have 3 armor and temporal and lightning resist, and this is 3 armor and maximum stam and stammy serum regeneration. I'm actually going to take the stam because I'm going to be using more and more activated abilities as this goes on. I will protect you, sir. You are going to be my best friend. I am glad that you do not hate me. I think it's because I'm wearing... Ooh, I just shot him in the back. We may not be best friends anymore. I think that he's not going to like me as much. I think that I have ruined my chances at the best friend award, which I'm going to call the friendy. Or friendy. And I'm not sure what a best friend award should be, but... Help a massive worm to the north. It's not really helping me out either here, is he, though? Ooh. Well, other than me shooting him in the back, I suppose you can't really blame him for being that much. I'm going to go ahead and take Constitution just so I can get a little bit more health. Seeing as I can't heal, having a bit of a health pool seems to be a wise course of action. Shield up with this wonderful snake here next to me and a dragon turtle. Well, I'm glad I have this ability to armor pierces. See, I went right through that. Wonderful trolls and snakes, all sorts of reptiles, bees. I would not be surprised if my next step in here was finding a devious form of fungus or even, I don't know, HP 0. I would say that if your HP is 0 that you would be dead, but maybe we're playing by D&D rules here. Maybe you have to drop negative. Give me a chance for one of the snake friends over here to bandage and stabilize. Wily snakes are dodging my attacks. I am also really curious about how and why the troll mire is so wet at the moment. I don't know if there's going to be something special here, if this is just one of the graphical options that I have just not seen before. Once again, you should probably think before opening these doors, but I'm just not doing that. That was an easy one. I'm glad that I was a ranged character. That would have continued to summon no gloves. I'll take that, better than having nothing. I'm just going to keep this just for when I eventually can wield armor. It appears that I am running out of space here, so I'm going to dump some of the old encumbrance. I don't know if there's a negative effect to the encumbrance, but it is yellow now. Alright, a message from the Dark God. Because I'm a very nice person, and probably a little mad too, I have granted upon thy character thy effect of vorpal bonification. That is a message from DM. I don't know what a vorpal bonification is, but there it is. I am a bunny. Bonification. The target filled with the spirit of bunnies. It also looks very cute. True. Whenever you deal damage, you have 5% chance of turning into a vorpal bunny, increasing your critical strike chance by 10%. Now look at that. The Dark God has given me a bunny gift, and who am I to refuse? I believe I'm being pelted with something from these plants down here, but I don't know why to have this against the bunny. 5% chance. I should be happy I'm getting it, and I got a bunny that early, but bonification. Well, tome is always a little bit interesting that way. I've actually had a bunny dungeon, a undead rat dungeon, a few other things pop up for me. They seem to have a really good sense of humor on them. Either that or they have a really bad one and I just enjoy it. But I'm going to go ahead and make the most out of this bonification and see if I can... Another one of those dragon turtles. I am a bunny. It is quite cute. I'm not going to argue with it. This is not good, though. Having both the boss and apparently my friends on Steam logging into whatever game they can at the moment. I don't know if he just doesn't like me or he really likes the Alright, what are you running from now, sir? There seems to be a rare rare bear in my path, and he is not happy to see me. I really wish I had one of those runes to... I was fighting blind there for a bit, and apparently I'd leveled the time before, so... Ooh, dexterity, magic. I think it was dexterity. Magic's tempting and everything, but... Alright, plenty of skill points here. Went out of that just in case I end up wanting something different here. Apparently I'd leveled up twice. Let's see if I can make it all the way to... Yep, bow mastery. Put 2 points in that, 1 point over here. And I'm going to keep on that skeletal shield because going up by 100, if only it'd go down and cool down, that would be my ideal. But so far that has not happened. I'm stuck between increasing my shield and going for the obvious benefit. Put one more point in that, make sure I have 16 available to do whatever I want. Put an extra point in there where I wanted to put it in here. I'm actually thinking I'm going to make it so I can get up to level 3 where I can wear plate armor. Just because I am really nervous about the not being able to heal bit. Also, really hoping I find a longer range bow. This bow may be plenty long, but it is not long enough for me. Alright, well, once I reach the end of this particular coal mire, I'm going to call it quits for the day, and I will pick it up on another video. But it appears that the skeletal temporal warden is not the worst idea you could have, or it just isn't early. I'm going to risk it all, go in there. I have no necklace, so one that increases my chronomancy, not the worst of ideas. Constitution or strength. Arcane disrupting forces, so not going to use a constitution. Strength or mind power. I'm going to go ahead and wear the strength one here. Armor penetration, which I will take. I'm put this in my inventory just in case I want it later. Iron Mail, 4 armor, 2 defense, fatigue of 12, and darkness and light resistance, whereas this has armor 4, defense of 2, and a lot of cold resistance. I'm honestly just going to stick with what I have there. Let's see if I can make it through here. There he is. There's Big Bill, the Stone Troll. Taking my shield out in one hit, but luckily I have my skeletal shield as well. There went my bonification, if that is really a word. And one more shot, and he is gone. Need to reload my bow and start firing on this troll as well. Can't quite auto explore. There's a rare Venus flytrap who has side blades and precise strikes, which I'm not getting anywhere near him, so that's not going to be a problem. I will just shoot him down. Take all this wonderful loot. Check out what it is I have. Mana Surge, not going to be something of use. A wonderful staff, not going to help me much. Again, what am I wearing? Magical gloves. Well, I actually use willpower, a little bit more armor, resistances and damage bonuses to fire, and the ability to use a little bit of a fire spit ability. I'm going to take that. I'm going to wear that and be a happy camper for it. Conjuration, you can conjure a fireball. I'm going to keep my armor penetration, but this seems just interesting enough that actually I'm going to go ahead and say that yeah, I'm going to wield and wear this and keep the other one on as an option, because being able to spawn a bit of a fireball, I can't complain about that. I did level up from that encounter. You get a total of 42 decks before I'm going to be able to max out bow mastery, which is really where a lot of damage is going to come from. Not to mention, it's going to reload 4 arrows at a time when I get that high. And with that, I will also be able to wear plate mail finally, which will hopefully, I don't know if it reduces the damage through armor that you do with your shield and everything, but it is definitely going to reduce it for the damage I'm taking. So I'm going to dump all this stuff into transmog, give me a little bit of gold. Definitely a worthwhile session here. Very, very fun. And, well, other than my terrible failures with Rogue, that was a great one. Thanks for watching. This has been Somberfish. Appreciate all the comments. Appreciate any input. And we will give this another try.